All right, we'll cut off Brad's interview to interview Brad. Brad, Joey said in his Victory Lane interview that you had the fastest car today and led a bunch of laps, but 1-2 finish from Team Penske. I'm sure you could wish it was one more spot, but really good effort out there. Want to talk about your race, please?
Yeah, I was. I'm disappointed not to bring it home, but that's just the way these things fall with, double file restarts and half the field staying out and half the field not. You kind of take the good with the bad on those deals. So, got the outside lane and got behind, 2 or 3 cars that I'm pretty sure I lapped 6 times a day. Somehow we're on the lead lap through waiver rounds, and when the restart came, we just were bottled up. So by the time I cleared those guys, even though we were a little bit faster than Joey, he already had a straightaway on us, and I felt like I had 5 or 10 more laps. I could have got to him and passed him, but there was only a handful of laps left, so that was the way it went. But that's part of how this racing deal works, and the fastest car doesn't always win, and you take some weeks we're the fastest, and you have to try to make the most of it and do all you can. I feel like as a team we did that today, and frustrated to not bring it home, but proud of the effort and the speed we had today, and leading laps and getting the stage win and so forth.
Great, thanks, Brad. Any questions for Brad? We'll start over here, Paul.
Brad, there was a late in the race you blocked. I think it was Kyle Busch, and Joey spurted ahead. You were given credit for helping a teammate out there. Did it?
Yeah, I don't know who said that, but that's not right. But okay.
Did it have any factor in where you finished?
Yeah, that's not what happened. So I would say no.
What did happen?
We were just racing for the lead, and the 18 was a little faster, and he got in the back of me, and that's what kept me from being able to hold on to the lead. So there was no blocking. I'm racing for the lead, so I'm not sure who said blocking.
We'll stay up here.
Yeah, Barry Richmond, PMA Broadcasting, WAKG. I know early in the first stage of the race, saw a lot of drivers that were closer to the wall, almost like Darlington.
Yeah.
How much of that was a factor of the fact it is a day race, or was there any other things going on that, the line seemed to change early on? Yeah,
the day race changes this track dramatically, and I think it makes it really racy. And I think it's great. I think there's some of the best racing here is during the day, but it's hot, and I know it's hard for some of the fans to be up in the stands and go through all that, but it's kind of a trade-off. The best racing here always seems to be during the day with all those lanes that open up, and that's what you saw today. It's a lot of fun to be a part of. No problem.
We're also joined with Ricky Stenhouse Jr., back-to-back top 10s. Ricky, nice job out there. It was a battle all day long, it looked like, for everyone, but especially you. Can you talk about your top 5 finish today?
Yeah, I made it a lot of work for us there, getting in the fence later in that first stage, and really we were fighting back all day from there. Had a really good car on the long run, but we bent the splitter bar down. It was on the splitter for 5 or 6 laps. So restarts, I was just trying to keep as best track position as I could, and once we got to lap 6 or 7, my car kind of came back around to me. So it was a no-brainer there to stay out that last caution. I was glad it came out because I thought we missed the opportunity the run before to stay out. So it worked out perfect. Our 5th, 3rd, 4th, and the guys never gave up, worked hard, and like Brad said, this track's a lot of fun in the sun. It's hot in the car, hot in the stands, so appreciate everybody coming out, and it's nice to have, I think, 4 Fords in the top 5, so that was cool.
Great. Thanks, Ricky. We'll go upstairs to the press box for a question. Do we have a question in the press box? All right. Once we fix that problem, we'll come back here while we fix that up. Anything in the media center for either Ricky or Brad? Go a couple in the middle here.
Nick Vandell, Progress Index. Ricky, you've had some strong results on the short tracks. How big is that towards the season, and what would you and the team like to do to translate that to some of the faster tracks?
I think we've been a top 15 car on the mile and a halfs. I think you could say we've been a 10th place car on the short tracks, and gambled some and had some good finishes. I think today we were top 5 car before I wrecked it. Long runs were definitely top 5, but I like short tracks. The downforce, the less downforce we have, the more you can kind of play with the brakes, play with the gas and throttle and really kind of maneuver your car around a little bit more instead of it being stuck to the racetrack. So, I've been finding a lot of success in that. Even if the car's not perfect, being able to, change my adjustments and what I'm doing in the car to get the best out of it. So it's getting that way on 1.5 miles for sure, even the newer paved ones, but the old ones definitely is coming into factor too. So, we just got to keep building better cars and bringing faster cars to the racetrack and putting the whole weekend together, not make mistakes.
Well, go over here in the middle, Michelle.
Michelle Martinelli, USA Today, for the win. Brad, this is for you. When you're neck and neck with Joey like that, does he push you because you want to maybe beat him more?
There's obviously going to be a teammate dynamic, and there's things that he does really well and things that I do differently and seem to do well. But we of course push each other to be the best, but I think it's really healthy the way it is, and I'm happy to see him win accordingly.
Any more questions for either Brad or Ricky? Okay, congrats, guys. Thanks a lot for coming in.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it.